First, son, say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Shai, Bashim, Kafadash. I get double honor to others, possible teach the great lesson, brother, and the shoot, those who shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Now, I might title this video about how the Lord Yahweh, Bashim, Shai is wrapping America up. You know, we're coming down to the end of the Edomite Empire. And we can see it. You know, it says in Second Esdras how the Lord gave us signs, signs for the times. And you have these people that try to build America back great, which irreversible damage has been done to this place already. But you got people that believe in Trump or whatnot, but Trump isn't going to save any of you people. He's doing the bidding of those that are above him. And you take a look at this place, whether it's people in wealthy areas or people in fucking poor areas, the whole spirit of America is dying. There's no. You see commercials about various holidays and whatnot, but people themselves aren't really making that big of a deal of holidays. Even people who have money. You have people that will still celebrate the holidays, but the vast majority, what the American dream has went from, the whole house, 2 kids and picket fence to surviving. The American dream is now to survive. And this is just in America, right? You still have things going on outside of America. The wars, food shortages, supply shortages, all this other shit is going on outside of America. But it's starting, things are starting to break down here in this place. And once again, you can feel it. You can feel it in the air. People try to stay positive, but you can feel it, man. It's Isaiah 19:3. And this is the the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Sirach 10:8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. That's a big thing because to make money, you have to be a wicked, evil piece of shit. To actually make real money. It's looked down upon for somebody to go to school, to get a degree and to do things the correct way. That's looked down upon. But the people who are evil, twisted pieces of shit, who are conniving, snake backstabbing niggas, are the ones who are looked at in a positive light. And a perfect example of that is Andrew Tate. The nigga was a fucking pimp. He was a scumbag. Scammed the people that put money, that believed him and whatnot. He made money off of it. There were things he was saying that were, that were correct. But, the nigga was still a scumbag. And to be rich, all of these, I think it was a UK that stole Venezuela's gold and they didn't fucking give it back. What did they do with all that? I've never heard of them giving that gold back. What did they do with that? Even when you go into, America's financial system, a lot of celebrities and, a lot of celebrities are either family or they know each other or they, to get in high positions, you have everybody talked about how, to get in high positions, you have to know people. It's not about what you know, but who you know. It's not about, your skill or whatnot, because you have a bunch of incompetent dumbasses that are in high positions of government. Kamala Harris is a prime fucking example. Who, she was a bitch who whored herself to the top. Literally. You can, there's all types of, niggas bringing out information and videos. Pick older pictures of her, taking pictures with, these older, rich, Edomites. And what do you think? No, this isn't no fucking fairy tale thing. What do you think they were doing with her? What do you think she was doing? They weren't just, taking pictures, holding hands, man. What was that? There's this video that talks about how this world is, I forgot exactly how it said it, but it mentioned how this world is, it's a lot more evil than you think. But it was phrased in a different way that made more, that made more sense. But the world is a lot more evil than what most people think. Like it's a darker place than what people fucking think. You think all the, like what, bribing, and that's something that happened with our people, and especially when you go into like the Maccabees, when you go into like when you actually look into like history, it talks about how there was a lot of bribery going on to get in high positions of power, and that's that's what goes on here. Useless niggas who just want power, who may not necessarily know what they're doing, or either get in position because they a close friend or a family member, or they have money and they bribe their way into positions. But you have a bunch of incompetent, weak, evil pieces of shit who get in these positions, and they'll make it seem as if they went through they went through these degrees, they did this, they did that, but that's not the case. Well, they may have a degree, but they're a bunch of educated idiots. But America, how it works, how it actually works. Like utilizing debt to make money. It's a very, very this world is a very dark fucking place when you actually start to understand how it actually really works. The whole thing with like social media, for example, which all that shit is it's bullshit, it's fake. Like with the fitness industry, right? Because I work out a lot, but an example of that is that the fitness industry, damn near all of them niggas are on fucking steroids. All of them. Yet they push themselves as, their natural, how, that's an achievable physique that you can get, by doing the workouts that they push, and that, they do. And then they advertise, these various different products. They may have their own courses. Once again, tricking the people. That's an example of being a snake ass nigga, to get into high positions of power to make money. Giving people an illusion, trickery. But that's what America's about. To actually really make money, you have to be a snake ass nigga. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, kingdom translated from one people to another. And what evil, an evil kingdom, even in and of itself, it can't stand on its own forever, because as you see with America, it's eventually going to either eat itself, turn on itself, which you saw in Rome, you saw in America, or it's going to get fucking blasted, taken over by another kingdom. But the evil kingdom can't stand forever. How the way the Lord made the world, it's not a part of that design for an evil kingdom to last forever. When you go into sin, the wages of sin is death, and when an evil kingdom founded and runs on wickedness, running on sin, what eventually happens? Corruption, and eventually leads to death. As you see, with how America patterns itself. There's been the death of families, relationships, and patriotic morale, patriotism. The average American used to actually give a fuck about America. Used to be a patriot, but nowadays nobody wants to join the army. Everybody is all about themselves, making money. Why? Because the American dream is now to survive. People are just trying to survive. Nobody gives a fuck about the military. Nobody really People really don't give a fuck. You have a lot of people that really don't give a fuck about, the whole presidential thing. You got people that vote or whatnot, but when people voted them in and they went about their way, like obviously you got your patriots and whatnot, but the vast majority of people, people in your everyday life that you see, the vast majority of them niggas in your everyday life, they may vote it, but at the end of the day, they put their vote in, but then they don't really give a fuck. They're back to, they're back to surviving, back to doing whatever they're doing. People don't give a fuck about America. The only reason they give a fuck about America is what? For the money-making ability. Because when I think it's Revelations or Jeremiah, I think it's Revelation, how mentions how the heathen are gonna flee back to their other nations because they're gonna see that great horde that made them money it's gonna fucking fall. It says standing afar off, weeping. I think it says standing afar off, weeping. Revelation 18:10. 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Why? Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. And why are these heathen gonna, what? There's gonna be people that's gonna be sad that America goes down, not because they love America, but because the things that can be gotten from their being in league with America. But you're gonna have heathen niggas it's gonna bounce. You have people, once again, just going back to what I said, is how people don't. The only reason people give a fuck about America is because of things you can get out of it. As far as being a patriot, standing for those, those traditional family values, which don't exist anymore. People don't really give a fuck about any of that. They just care about what they can get. But there was a time where people did. And go back to Isaiah 19. The spirit of Egypt shall fail. I think it was 19. 19:3. The spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And what these people are going to go looking towards their leaders, towards Trump, to help them. I don't even think it's going to happen, but Trump is talking about getting rid of income tax, which are going to piss off a lot of people. But, there are these things that people think, they don't know how it's going to happen, but Trump was the last bastion of hope for these people. But just like with Nero, a lot of people loved him at first, but then he started to be an asshole and people fucking hated him. It's the same thing. Yeah, brothers called Trump Nero because it's the same fucking thing. But he's the so-called last bastion of salvation for these people. But he's going to lead you niggas into the MOTB. But it says the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst. That patriotic spirit, that jovial type of spirit, that you can feel it in the air that shit is, it's over with. Because you got this whole thing with the abolishing of the middle class. So essentially, you're either going to be rich or you're either going to be poor. There's not going to be no in between. As prices go up or whatnot, as these niggas, they got rid of businesses, and you got the rich that got richer through the pandemic, and the poor that got poorer. But you can feel that shift. Everything is shifted. There's a different type of spirit in the air. You've got people with Christmas, right? I haven't, usually you see a lot of different, boxes on the streets or whatnot. I haven't seen too much of that. Because you had people that couldn't afford Christmas presents. People who just didn't feel like, going through the hassle of putting up a tree or whatnot. You people are currently living in the end of America. And ultimately, from the vast majority of people, in order to, because they don't want to believe it because they still want to go on with their, their daily lives. But for the vast majority of people, it's going to take those missiles to touch down for them to realize it. By then, it's going to be too late. But this is what we waited for, the destruction of America. Obviously, everybody's going through their own shit. But, what's that scripture? The righteous and the wicked are going to suffer straight things. Second Peter 7:18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So everybody is like, we're here in America as well. You know, obviously, you know, we're feeling, you know, the effects of all this shit as well. You know, inflation, shrinkflation. You know, there's various different, you know, there's policies that's being put out that's affecting us and whatnot in various different ways. But the thing about it is that one of the main differences is that we know what's going on and we have a hope for the future. Scriptures talk about the windows shall be darkened. You know, the future is going to be looks bleak for America in the eyes of Americans. But the righteous, those who believe in the Lord in truth and sincerity, are going to go through the same things. Not the exact same things, obviously, but you know, we're all here in America experiencing similar things, but go through similar things that the wicked will be going through. But one of the main differences is that the righteous are going to have hope. You know, they have a vision of hope. Hebrews 13:14. For here we have no continuing seed, but we seek one to come. We see that city not too far off, Lord willing. But the wicked, this is all they have. They don't have any hope in the future. Their future is this in America, which is why you have a lot of people that are upset that things are going down the drain, because this is their plan. You know, you have people that believe in YOLO, young once, live once. You know, they're going to live life to the fullest, and whatever fucking happens, happens. No regrets. Because this is all they have. You know, these niggas don't have any faith. They don't have any hope in it. You know, like even when we go into history, right? One kingdom has always been erected after another. Always. You know, people think China's going to rule Russia or whatever the fuck, which is going to happen. One of the main reasons why, because when nukes fly, everybody's getting fucked up. Everybody's getting fucked up. And what China and, you know, that will be a part of that whole beast system. You know, like Russia isn't a part of the beast system, but Russia is a part of that Edomite empire. And like what, with Basra being the, you know, America, the capital city of the Edomite empire. Just to make it clear, Russia is not a part of the beast, but they're still Edomites. So they're still a part of that Edomite empire. They're still a faction of Esau. And the scriptures talk about how Esau is going to be brought down. He's not going to have, you know, any more footing in the earth. You know, once again, and what kingdom is going to come after that? 2nd Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Russia is a variant of Edomite, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. He's going to be the beginning of the world that comes after the world that Esau rules. But once again, like the whole everything, you know, the Lord is wrapping America up, and you can feel it. You know, that whole jovial, like people are fronting, right? People are trying to act like everything's okay, but it's not. They're not. Everybody is feeling it in some form or fashion or another. Everybody's fucking suffering. Everybody knows the shit's going down the drain. You know, you got two Edomites here walking, you know, enjoying a cup of coffee. But them niggas are feeling the squeeze too. People are trying to masquerade as if things are normal, but it's not. Essentially, these niggas are in denial. But at the same time, they're feeling it. Whether it be in their pocketbook or whether it be in their spirit. They're just trying to make the best of what they have. That's all it is. But this is what we waited for, you know? America isn't going to continue to last forever. But hope is found. Say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Ashah, Bashim, Kakadash, and your double on to elders, possible teacher, and Milsop, I learned the truth. Shalom to hope like Israel, instruction, battle on great America.